in my room yet, but I'm super excited. This is nice! This is stunning! Welcome to our room. Beautiful artwork, spacious. The view.
And if you don't make it, that's not the end of the world. There's a lot that we can offer to our country. There are a lot of gaps, there are a lot of opportunities, a whole lot of things. And this has got nothing to do with your background. I tell people I come from an extremely scholar background, but I pushed myself, I made it to life. Practicing from 10 years around 5 years at UB, practicing for over 10 years, joining politics where no one gave me an opportunity, quitting, being deployed to be a diplomat. The time when I was deployed, I think I was 36. But I joined politics at a very young age, 32 years. But of course, the challenges, of course, we are going to face with such kind of challenges.
We're talking about dinner, fine dinner, but with your cereals, but not like this. No, don't eat on your bone. Keep distance. When you need something, you don't say, "Hey," no. Nee? You wait for the waiter to come on the table. If they don't give you attention, you just stare at them. They will see that you need them. You don't raise your hand and shout at the restaurant. this fork here, they call it a salad fork or a starter fork. So you don't eat your fruits with the bigger ones.
Hello, universe. Hello, South Africa. Goodbye, the Maslow.
Most respected academic leaders. She's a woman that is not only known for her academic excellence, but she's also known for nurturing future thinkers and change makers. Please help me in welcoming Professor Nazreen Dissou.
Indeed an honor to host you. Safi and I know each other, and Safi's mom is a very close friend and associate. And when I met with Safi in Botswana in May, he has indicated that he would be coming to Johannesburg with a bevy of beauties. And would we be able to host you at UJ? So we welcome you. We are so happy to have a different sort of visitor. You know, we often sit here with very serious looking faces and everybody. So you have brought some glamour to our university this year, and we are very proud that you chose us to come and visit, and we hope that you will learn. And I hope that we get to see some of you, because our Africa by Bus tour takes place in August, and we're coming to University of Botswana. So maybe with Safi, one of the evenings, you will come and talk to our students.
We are a 4IR institution, and so we keep to those trends and we help build them up and support them. And also we keep up to, we keep trends in the community engagement spaces by the government with and by benchmarking with other universities. In the APK office, we have the one project that we really pride ourselves is the CE Students Initiatives and NPOs. All our students can have their own project. And we take it upon ourselves as a unit to support them, to nurture the talent. We bring in the Department of Social Development, I don't know the counterpart in your country, to also empower these projects and to get these projects out there. So you can be a student and you can form your own organization, you can form your own NPO, you can also form your own entrepreneurial project.
Current director of the pageant, and we're really intentional about, teaching them skills and giving them the opportunity to know how to curate a sustainable project, because there's no point in doing a project that's just going to be 2 months and then it's finished. So the mentorship that they get and the steps that they take towards setting up intentional community engagement projects, it's through the mentorship of Ms. Sile. We're grateful. Thank you so much.
In this institution, we're really saying it's no longer about an individual graduating, but it's about how the community benefits from our future graduates.
Analytical thinking forces you not only to just make decisions willy-nilly. You need to make decisions that are data-driven. And I know I've stalked your page. I saw you guys are doing a blood drive, right? I did my research. I saw that you guys were advocating for a blood drive, and the reason why the organization and yourself decided you want to be part of this there's data that was given to say we are short of blood, right? People need assistance in terms of, blood. The blood banks are running low on stock. So based on that data, a decision was made, and you guys were part of the solution to make a call for impact, to tell people, to urge people to come and donate their blood. So cognitive skills require analytical thinking. According to the World Economic Forum, the key skills for success in the future include analytical thinking, creative thinking, technological proficiency, particularly in areas like AI and big data. This is like the technical skills, including leadership, because you guys are leaders in your own right, as well as social influence, because you have mission statement or missions or goals that you want to achieve with the platform that you are in, as well as effective communication. So the World Economic Forum does highlight technical skills that are very important for success, but most importantly, and if you go through the lecture or the presentation, you'll see that they focus more on soft skills, because it's easy to teach technical skills, right? I can teach you how to hold a camera, zoom in, zoom out, but are you able to work in a team? Are you able to communicate? Are you able to problem solve? Are you innovative? Are you able to come up with new solutions to problems? So those are the core skills or the soft skills that the World Economic Forum focuses on, that employers are looking for, or stakeholders in different companies are looking for when they want to engage or want to have partnership with somebody that they want to work with in their companies, outside of your own talent, or the people that you're going to be working with. Some of you guys have NPOs, NGOs, and projects that you're going to be working with or working for, or so then you're going to need to be able to attract and develop talent. There's people within your team that you're going to be working with. Are you able to develop them? Are you able to attract this talent? So you should have that talent management skill. When you speak to service orientation, you speak to focusing on providing excellent leadership service and meeting the needs of others. Your work is all about societal impact, leadership, as well as service orientation. So this is a very important skill that you should have, as well as high EQ in understanding and managing emotions effectively. I spoke to this, so I'm not going to highlight this a lot. So why do 21st century skills matter? Because the world is changing. We cannot ignore the fact that the world is changing, both digitally, globally, and it's also fast-paced. And these skills empower you to thrive personally and professionally. And it's linked to the SDG goal number 4, which is quality education. So quickly before I wrap up, I'm going to ask you, which skill do you have recently used to overcome a challenge?
I used ChatGPT. I had an interview, and there's this option on ChatGPT where you can communicate with it. So you can talk and then respond. So I used that feature to give myself a mock interview. So I gave them, I copied and pasted the job I was applying for, and then I was like, let's do a mock interview. And then it asked me questions, and I answered, and then it gave me an overview. So it really helped me during the interview.
One skill that I always use, well, it's not in the main one that you were presenting on, but it is curiosity and long life learning. I am an individual who's always willing to learn. I observe a lot, and I'm always curious. When I don't understand something, I ask. I ask a lot of questions. I just never let things pass by without asking that I don't understand. And just like she said, I also use ChatGPT. Like sometimes I do Q&A with GPT. So I just instruct the robot, ask me questions that you believe can be asked on a Miss Universe global stage.
The skill that I've recently, that I love recently is resilience. It is the resilience because there's a lot of pressure in the competition. There's a lot of challenges, not just in the competition, but in my life, work, family, something that is not perfect, but I'm choosing not to give up. So I'm bouncing back up with myself. This is the skill that I've learned.
To join Miss Universe Botswana, I had to use my cognitive skills because we're from a very traditional community, right? So I'm one person that advocates for human rights and discrimination, like against minorities, right? So I had to think of a creative way to showcase that to my community, and so I had to think about a plan, which was basically that the best way to get people to see that we're breaking stigmas now was to join a pageant where it's very pageants are usually traditional. They usually have requirements, and so that way I see it as problem solving, because I'm showing other people out there that if I can do it, you can too.
Is emotional intelligence. I've come to understand that in this platform, people are going to have different opinions about you, but you have to choose not to dwell on them because you know yourself and you know that what they have to say about you shouldn't really affect you because you know who you are.
The skill I want to touch on is flexibility and agility. So you said to us, and then we noted this, if there's one thing that's consistent in life, it's change. Which is funny because also something that people tend to fear the most is change. So when COVID happened, just an example, there was a huge chaos because people had to adapt to systems that they were not used to. So I think flexibility is just that one aspect that I'm continuously using in my life. Thank you for highlighting that.
One reason why the university then once again decided to invest in this executive leadership training for women within the institution was exactly this, to provide mentorship and guidance as well. And there are several numerous mentorship programs now at the university, and which is fantastic. And I think that we've done extremely well because we have also thought about mentorship in a very, very different way, where we have said that it's not so that you only mentor, for example, someone who's an academic. You can be an academic mentoring someone in a support division or in a professional or administrative portfolio, for example. You don't have to mentor someone that's from the same faculty as yourself.
So I'm going to talk about the catalyst mindset. Now it's a very simple concept. A catalyst, if you're in STEM, you will know that a catalyst is something that speeds up a reaction. Okay, well, we already came to Okay, so that's great, right? So a catalyst mindset is about taking steps, and these steps are little. So if you look at my word count here, you can see some important words that come up. It's taking small steps to create a big impact. It's about being positive in your thinking, embracing challenges.
We have the highest credit rating in Africa as a country, which means we are the easiest place for anybody who wants to borrow money and conduct business on the African continent on account of our very high credit ratings. That is more information on our imports as a country and the countries from which we import, which are dominated by South Africa, because they are the relatively more industrialized country, and in addition to that, where most of the products which go into Botswana come through South African ports. So, as that diagram shows, food and food byproducts constitute about 16% of our total import bill. We have fuel, there's machinery and metal products, salt products, vehicle and vehicle parts, totaling 7.15 billion. In terms of our trade with South Africa, we import about 633 million worth of goods and services to South Africa, whereas on the contrary, or on the inverse, South Africa roughly exports about 4.2 billion worth of goods and services to Botswana. So basically, what this says is that trade is skewed in favor of South Africa, and we have a negative balance of payments between us and South Africa. And therefore, there are enormous opportunities which exist for import substitution. That is, businesses where you can start those businesses and substitute our phenomenal import bill. We did a study in 2015 as BITC called the Frontier Advisory Study, which showed us that 60% of components which makes cars in South Africa still come from outside Africa. And yet South Africa has an Auto Master Plan called Auto Master Plan 2035, where they plan to double the cars they make every year from 600,000 to 1.2 million. So what that means is this target will forever remain a stretch target. We have two companies in Botswana, one in Lobatse called Delta Automotive. They do wiring harnesses for Nissan. They used to do for VW as well. And there's another one called Combeck. They do wiring harnesses for Mercedes. So what this shows is there is capability. We just need to interrogate what else can be done and exported back into these auto clusters in Tshwane, Durban, and PE. Because we are in the same customs union, and those which are far, Durban, PE, they are 1,000 kilometers from Botswana. So what that means is overnight, they can be serviced from Botswana. So we are also looking at plugging into the South Africa auto value clusters from Botswana. We have entered into a mid protocol with China. Yeah, now that is a very big market. We are talking 1.3 or 1.4 billion people. You will never be able to satisfy them with beef. So once that is concluded, there will be opportunities to also increase our beef production, because we will not only need to focus on supplying the EU, but the growing Chinese beef market. So vegetables, as you know, they still come from outside. And you are talking serious statistics here. We're close to 300 million rands every year. The same with milk. We are not even 10% sufficient in terms of milk. Yet banana foot and mouth. And what you want to discourage is their products going in. Zilitona level mash and others which are a risk to us in terms of foot and mouth. So milk, dairy farming, opportunities. But we've also observed dairy farming works where there's a lot of water and where there's a lot of rainfall here, like Eastern Cape. Because dairy feed is also very expensive. But if you have good pastures, like you have in the Eastern Cape, they can graze, and this reduces the cost of you buying feed.